course, there's the welcome page, which gives you an overview. And the main part of the course is the core videos. You should look at all the core videos, even if you think they don't apply to you. The first video is how to know where your problem is coming from, and this is the one that Jim, our dirt bike racer, should have looked at first, but he didn't. And then we have what you need to know about the hands, wrist, and forearm. And there's 2 videos on that one, because I think if I show you how to do something, and if you don't know why to do it, it won't make any sense. So you need to know why before I show you the how. And then I've got 2 videos on what to do for the hand, wrist, and forearm. And by the way, these videos, all of them are about 8 to 12 to 14 minutes long, most of them in the 10 to 12 minute range. So you're not watching any video for a long period of time. And then we have false carpal tunnel from the pectoralis minor muscle, which is the muscle in the chest that was Jim's problem. And I show you how to know if that's your problem and also what to do about it, how to fix it. Then we have false carpal tunnel syndrome from the scalene muscles. And these are the ones in the front of your neck which can cause all kinds of mischief. They can pinch off the blood supply, they can pinch off the veins, they can pinch off the nerves, all these things going down your arm. They can cause referred pain in your wrist, in your hand, in your arm, in your shoulder. If you got pain in your shoulder, it's not caused by carpal tunnel syndrome, it's caused by these scalene muscles that are probably also causing your false carpal tunnel syndrome. Then we have hand problems caused by nerve pinching in the neck vertebrae, and then some things you can do for yourself for the back of your neck. And I've got a couple videos on that, which compared to the other things are not as easy to work on because they're in the back of your neck. Everything else is very accessible to you and fairly easy to work on. And then I've got a couple videos on the thumb, wrist, and hand pain, which is a little different from the original ones because when I first started this course in the beginning of 2010, a lot of problems people have now didn't exist then, or did not exist quite as much because now we have tablets and smartphones and tiny little notebooks and things that cause problems much more so than ever existed before, and they're causing a lot of thumb pain, hand pain, and wrist pain. So I've got those videos.
So that's what's in the core videos, which is the main part of the program, and that shows you how to tell what area or areas your problem is coming from and what to do about it. But that's not all you're going to receive, and I'll get to that in a bit. But first...
So here's what you will not get with the Carpal Tunnel Master program. You will not get a slick Hollywood production. You won't even get a production that's this good. Why? Because I started making the videos in 2009 on an older camera, and the quality, the picture quality, is not that good. The information's great, but the quality is not good. So because of that, my price is only $47. I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee. Is your doctor going to do that? Well, let's look at what things cost. So what are alternative costs? Just a single consultation with a general practitioner will cost, depending on where you live, $50 to $200. And that's just for a 5-minute visit, even though you may have been in the waiting room for an hour. Then to see a specialist like a neurologist may run $200 to $500 for a diagnosis, which is not always accurate. Or you may go to a physical therapist for help, anywhere from $70 to $250 a session, and it could be 2 or 3 times a week for up to 3 months with no guarantees. And if you've got insurance, that can still run you hundreds of dollars, and without insurance, that'll be many thousands of dollars. Carpal tunnel surgery, including rehab, costs anywhere between $4,500 and $14,000, with about $7,000 being the average. And if there are complications, the average cost then is up to $29,000. And I give a 60-day money-back guarantee, and they don't give any guarantees.
You can get your hands back to normal quickly, safely, and easily. There's just a one-time payment of $47, and that's less than I would charge for one massage. There's nothing else to buy, and there is a 60-day money-back guarantee for any reason. This is an online product, so you get almost immediate access to it anytime, day or night. You can watch the videos online or you can download them. No product is going to be shipped to your door. It's all online. And remember, these techniques require either no hands or minimal use of hands, because I know your hands are probably not all that happy. But wait, there's more.
The second section is really optional bonus material that there's a lot of valuable information here. The first one is strengthening your hands, and this is one that people who have carpal tunnel syndrome or symptoms of it get wrong. They often will squeeze tennis balls, and that actually makes things worse. Then I've got some do's and don't videos. First one about splints and casts and braces, and the second one is on some body mechanics for workstations, particularly computers and laptops. And I've got some more workstation tips too. Then I've got an article on supplements that may help, and I've got that both in audio form and written form. There are supplements that can make a difference. Then I've got a second article. You can either listen to it or read it. Why not anti-inflammatory drugs? As I alluded to previously, in the long run, they make your problem worse. Then there's one on balancing the pectoralis minor muscle. And this will help not only with the numbness problem in hands, but also more commonly people have pain between the shoulder blades, and this will help get rid of that. And then there's thumb pain. One of the problems with thumb pain is something completely different than I talked about before. Then I've got one on swelling or edema. Well, that's not for everybody. That affects people who have had lymph nodes removed, if they have had breast cancer, for example. Then I've got a lot of stuff on stretching. First of all, I think if you do everything in the core videos, you don't need the stretching, but a lot of people get a lot of benefit from stretching anyway. And so I've got stretches for the hand and forearm, and I've actually got 3 videos on that, and they're just about every type of hand stretch you will find, not only through the internet or what a physical therapist would give you, etc., etc. And I've got stretches for the pectoralis minor muscle, stretches for the scalenes, and stretches for the neck. Then I've got a couple videos on cubital tunnel. Cubital tunnel is actually a compression of the ulnar nerve, which affects the little 2 fingers. Other programs won't include this, but if you've not been diagnosed with cubital tunnel, or even if you just have numbness in the 2 fingers, you want to watch that video. Then there's numbness in the back of the hand. That's not a symptom of carpal tunnel either, but it is a problem. And that's usually caused by a muscle in the forearm that doesn't move the fingers, but it does turn your hand palm up. Then I've got a couple articles, they're also in audio form too, on how and when to ice. And as I may have mentioned earlier, I was originally using ice when I had hand problems, and once I started my own techniques, I stopped doing them. But ice does have a lot of healing properties. And I've got one on numbness in one finger. This can happen from something you may not realize you're doing. There's a video on thoracic outlet syndrome, and I've got 3 videos on seeking professional help. And this can be a gold mine, because some people say, well, I've tried everything. I've tried acupuncture, I've tried massage. Well, those aren't the first 2 things I would recommend, because certainly not a massage therapist, because so many of them don't know anything about what I'm talking about. It's not something you normally learn in massage school. Acupuncture, a lot of people try it and it doesn't work. I've only heard of one case where it really helped. And I think it's because, like anything else, it's what that person knows. Just like not all chiropractors are equal, not all physical therapists are equal, certainly not all doctors are equal, but people all lump them in a category. Well, when physical therapy doesn't work, they think physical therapy doesn't work. But a lot of everything has to do with finding the right person, and that can be tricky. So I can guide you through how to find these people, because sometimes it's pretty rare. I've got 2 videos on piano hand, piano thumb, preventing problems and fixing them, and this topic was a request. Another one that was a request on trigger finger and trigger thumb.
Then there's a section on resources, and I won't get into that very much, but there's links to places on the internet where you can find more information, such as diagrams of muscles, some exercises you can do in your office to relieve tension in different parts of your body, how to set up workstations that fit your body better, and so on.